For nearly 50 years, Voyager 1 has been drifting alone through the cold, silent blackness beyond our solar system, way past anything humanity has ever sent out. This legendary spacecraft, now aging and worn, holds the title as the farthest traveling man-made object in history. It's gone deeper than any probe has ever dared to go. For decades, people saw it like a ghost ship in space, a quiet messenger carrying Earth's memories, data, and hope into the unknown. Scientists figured it was just a waiting game now. They expected its signal to slowly fade out as its systems aged and the power supply dried up. That was it, a slow goodbye. But then something wild happened that flipped everything upside down. Out of nowhere, Voyager 1 changed its path. And get this, it wasn't reacting to any signal from Earth. It wasn't even glitching, it moved like it chose to. And here's where it gets eerie. Just days before that bizarre shift in direction, Voyager picked up a strange low-frequency hum. Not a whisper from a star or a burst from a black hole. This sound had no match in NASA's entire archive. No known source, no scientific explanation, just noise. Now, with its antenna still locked on Earth, the spacecraft is either heading back or it's being pulled by something. So what did it run into out there in the deep? What could possibly make Voyager 1, after all these years, turn around? To understand how mind-blowing this really is, we have to go back to where it all started. In 1977, NASA launched two spacecraft, Voyager 1 and Voyager 2. These weren't random missions. They were built to take advantage of a super rare planetary alignment that only happens once every 176 years. Using gravity slingshots from Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, they were meant to fly even deeper into the solar system and beyond. Voyager 1's original mission? Fly by Jupiter and Saturn and make history doing it. This spacecraft gave us our very first close-up shots of their wild moons and stunning rings. When those images started pouring in during the late 70s and early 80s, it changed the game in planetary science. We saw volcanoes erupting like fireworks on Io, Saturn's rings twisting with bizarre complexity, and Titan wrapped in a thick, mysterious haze. It was like unlocking secrets no one even knew existed. But Voyager 1 didn't stop there. Once it wrapped up its job in the planetary neighborhood, it just kept cruising. Past Pluto, past the edge of our solar system, past the heliosphere, that invisible bubble created by the sun's wind, and into true interstellar space. That's right, it entered a region no human tech had ever reached before. As the years rolled by, its data stream slowed down, got weaker, but one thing never changed. It kept pushing forward. Even when the heat faded, even when sunlight was nothing more than a ghost in the dark. For decades, it kept sending back whispers from deep space, delayed and faint signals packed with info on plasma waves, magnetic fields, and cosmic rays. But then, deep into its 46th year drifting in silence, something new cut through the static. The instruments caught a strange hum, a low, steady sound buried deep within the plasma wave frequencies. At first, experts thought it was just static or some glitch from the old worn-out equipment. But when the same signal came back again and again, confirmed by multiple antennas in NASA's deep space network, things got serious. This wasn't background noise. It didn't match any known cosmic source. And it definitely wasn't just space acting weird. Rewritten script. It wasn't a solar flare. It wasn't coming from any star, planet, or black hole. In fact, it wasn't coming from any direction at all. Scientists couldn't even triangulate its origin, which made it all the more chilling. What freaked everyone out even more? The sound fluctuated in perfect mathematical intervals, like some kind of calculated rhythm. It didn't feel random. It felt intentional, almost like a message, not meant to be heard, just logged, and it kept playing on repeat for weeks. NASA's top engineers and astrophysicists threw themselves into the data, digging through every known event in space. Supernovae, gamma bursts, pulsars, nothing lined up. No answers came. Then, out of nowhere, things got even weirder. Voyager 1 suddenly shifted its path, a small but clear change in trajectory, and nobody at NASA had sent the command. Just like that, the big question flipped. It wasn't what did we hear anymore. It became who heard us. Now, here's where it gets real unsettling. Voyager 1 runs on an old-school radioisotope thermoelectric generator, and the only way it can move is through tiny onboard thrusters. Those thrusters hadn't been touched in years, but telemetry didn't lie. The spacecraft did move. It gently reoriented itself, not randomly but purposefully, as if it was trying to get a better look at something or someone. NASA's team rushed to find a logical reason. Maybe it was a backup command hidden deep in the system, some old line of code kicking in after a sensor glitch. But no, the logs were clean. No command, no trigger. And here's the creepiest part. That slight shift in direction, it pointed Voyager's camera array, the same one that took the famous pale blue dot photo back in 1990, straight toward a patch of deep space where nothing is supposed to be. No stars, no planets, no known objects, just black. The region Voyager 1 turned to, pitch black. No stars to the naked eye, no galaxies marked in any catalog, no gravitational waves, nothing. So why point there? What exactly did Voyager's instruments pick up out in that void? And how, at more than 15 billion miles from Earth, could it realign itself with such pinpoint accuracy? There's no autopilot, no mid-course corrections, no human help. But somehow, it moved with purpose, like it made a decision on its own. And then came the real twist. In the weeks after this strange course change, Voyager 1's transmissions started acting off. The signals still came through, but now there were tiny glitches, subtle changes in timing and frequency. At first, folks thought it was just old equipment acting up, but after a deep dive into the raw data, something crazy emerged. There were patterns buried in the static. These weren't your average space blips. These were deliberate. Embedded across multiple data packets were intricate sequences, modulations that followed rhythms similar to binary code and even harmonic resonance. This wasn't a breakdown. It looked like communication. NASA's Jet Propulsion Lab went into overdrive. Cryptographers, AI researchers, and even linguists were pulled in, and some of them dared to say the quiet part out loud. Maybe Voyager wasn't just watching something. Maybe something was watching back. A few even hinted that this could be a response, a return message to Earth's own call from decades ago. The Golden Record. That gold-plated disc packed with music, languages, and images meant for whoever, or whatever, might find it. But here's the real mindbender. What if this intelligence doesn't use radio waves at all? What if it talks using gravity, magnetic fields, or some unknown force we haven't even discovered yet? Could Voyager have stumbled into a zone where another form of life communicates in ways we're barely able to detect? And if that was intelligence out there, has it noticed us? Right after Voyager 1's unexpected course correction and the weird signal distortions, things got serious. Behind the scenes at NASA's Jet Propulsion Lab in Pasadena, high-level meetings kicked off. And they weren't your average briefings. A hand-picked squad of physicists, engineers, and mission veterans were quietly brought in to examine what the media was still calling a minor glitch. But inside those closed doors, the mood was anything but casual. At first, some experts brushed it off, saying maybe it was just the last breath of an aging machine, a random hiccup from old hardware breaking down, but others weren't buying it. They pointed to the precision of the directional shift and the consistency of the signal changes. This wasn't chaos, this was control. Some even whispered that Voyager 1 might have crossed paths with a gravitational anomaly or electromagnetic field we've never seen before. But the scariest theory? That it wasn't reacting to space, it was reacting to something else, something unnatural. With every new data packet Voyager sent back, things just kept getting stranger. Patterns were forming, geometric shapes, symmetrical sequences, rhythmic pulses that weren't random. They were structured, like something was mimicking the probe, almost as if Voyager wasn't just out there alone, it was being watched. The JPL team started asking the kind of question no space agency ever wants to face. What if this isn't just noise? What if this is intentional? And then came the leaks. Word got out. Whispers in the science world spread fast. Observatories and universities worldwide dove into the data, and guess what? Some top physicists dropped a jaw-dropping theory. What if Voyager had brushed up against dark matter? Or worse, what if it slipped near a crack in space-time itself? These strange patterns Voyager was picking up. Some folks tried to blame dark matter or warped space around weird gravity zones. But one research paper took things to a whole other level, and it rattled scientists around the world. A group of AI experts ran the modified signal through advanced pattern recognition software, and what they found sent a chill through the room. Parts of the signal lined up perfectly with something called the Arecibo message, that binary radio transmission humanity blasted into the stars back in 1974. That message was a cosmic hello packed with math, DNA info, and a diagram of the solar system. But now, Voyager 1 was picking up patterns that matched it. Not vaguely, but with mathematical overlap. Could something or someone have caught our message and is now answering back using Voyager like a cosmic walkie-talkie? Is it just freaky space noise? A random glitch in the universe? Or are we staring at the first real sign of contact? Back when Voyager 1 launched, Carl Sagan and his team put something special on board: the legendary Golden Record. A gold-plated copper disc filled with greetings in 55 different languages, music from all over the world, and detailed scientific diagrams explaining who we are, where we live, and what life is like on Earth. It was humanity's ultimate just-in-case message, a long-shot love letter to the stars. Most people saw it as poetic, a beautiful symbol more than a serious attempt to reach anyone. But now, with Voyager acting strange and the signal looking more and more intentional, that record is getting serious attention again. Some scientists now wonder, did something out there decode it? Did Voyager pass close enough for something to read it and decide to respond? That golden record. It wasn't just music and greetings, it came with star maps. Diagrams showing Earth's exact location using pulsars as markers, like a cosmic GPS for whoever could understand it. If anything out there figured it out, then Voyager 1 isn't just some old space souvenir. It's a beacon, and it's been carrying Earth's address through deep space for nearly 50 years. If someone or something picked up that signal, the consequences aren't just big, they're terrifying. We're talking about more than just science here. This hits the core of human survival. What if we accidentally gave away our location, and now something's listening? As more layers of this strange signal get decoded, NASA's internal docs hint at something suspicious. Quiet changes in protocol. Team members are being told not to call it contact or intelligence, not even in private meetings. Instead, everything's being labeled a data anomaly. But that's just the official front. Off the record, some insiders are seriously shaken. Why? Because Voyager's behavior doesn't match anything they've ever seen in space. It's not random, it's not passive. It's moving like it's reacting, mirroring, even learning. It's like the spacecraft is in conversation, not with a star or a force of nature, but with something that's aware. And that's the nightmare fuel right there. If Voyager 1, a lonely machine out in the blackest part of the cosmos, is suddenly interacting with a signal that responds to its movements, then we're staring down a question we've never asked before. Not just, what's out there? But, has something been watching us this whole time? Behind all the excitement, NASA has been real quiet. Too quiet. Insiders say emergency meetings have been happening behind closed doors. No press, no briefings, no official statements. Engineers close to the Voyager program have suddenly gone silent. One researcher even posted a cryptic message on a private forum saying, "We saw something, but they told us not to say anything." Then, that account vanished. And get this, some archived signals from Voyager's latest transmissions have been quietly pulled from public databases, scrubbed, gone, like they never existed. Why? What are they hiding? Could it be that this strange signal wasn't just random noise, but something dangerous? Something that forced them to shut it down before the world could hear it? Some scientists now believe Voyager 1 may have triggered a response from something far beyond our understanding, and the people at the top are scrambling to keep it under wraps. Because if word gets out that something is watching us, if it knows where Earth is, what happens next? This might not just be the end of Voyager's journey, it could be the beginning of a whole new era, one that we weren't prepared for, one where we are no longer alone and no longer in control. So tell us what you think. Is this real? A warning? A cover-up? or just the beginning of something we can't explain yet? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We're reading everything. And if this story blew your mind, make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who still believes there's something out there. Smash that notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next, because this is far from over. See you on the next one.